Alright guys, so we talked about in your video lesson how we found the epicenter of an earthquake, and I gave you an example of triangulation. There are other ways, but we're focusing on triangulation. So this lab is meant to give you a chance to kind of play with triangulation. I've made it as easy as I can. I've tried to make it easy for you to understand, but you do need to watch this directions video. You need to listen to what I'm saying. Don't just turn the video off and watch me move stuff around. You need to pay attention to what I'm giving you on here, okay? All right, so the first thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to open up the drawing just like we always do when we have a lab or diagram or anything like this. And I want you to notice what this says right here. I want you to notice that it says this is the distance from the epicenter of the earthquake, okay? So that's how we decide how large our circles are going to be. And I've given you three numbers. It's 8, 10, and 15. So 8 represents that smallest circle, 10 is the next one, and 15 is that largest circle. So it says point A was 10 miles away from the epicenter. So I'm going to grab my circle that I know represents 10 miles. Okay. All right, so I'm going to come down here. I'm going to grab my circle that represents that 10 miles, so that medium circle. And I'm going to drag it so that the A, oops, I'm going to drag it on the map so that the A is in the very middle of that circle. Now, it doesn't have to be exactly perfect, but get it as best you can so that the A is in the middle of that circle so that we know that it's 10 miles away in every direction, okay? So the radius of that circle is 10 miles. That's what that represents on the map, okay? And then it says B is 8 miles away from the epicenter. So I'm going to come down here and grab B's circle, so we know it's that smallest circle since it's the smallest distance. And I'm going to place it over B just like I did with point A. So you can do the same thing with C, and it's going to tell us where that earthquake began. Okay, so it's going to give us the epicenter of the earthquake. Once I put the circle for C over the map, there will be a spot where all three circles intersect, and that's where that star goes, and the star represents our epicenter. Okay, so the star is going to represent your epicenter. You need to put the star over the epicenter wherever that happens to be. I'm not going to give you the answer on this. This is very simple. I do expect you to follow those directions. If you are confused, you always have a chance to ask me questions in class. You always have a chance to email me or come to my office hours. So you've got to be able to reach out and ask me those questions, okay? So once you've decided where that other circle goes, and once you've put your epicenter on the map where it belongs, then you're going to save and close, and it will save all those changes you made to your diagram, and it will show up here for your lab, okay? Once you're done, turn this in. It is for a grade, and I do expect you to actually do the work, okay? If you have questions, email me, come to my office hours, ask me in class. You do need to ask for help if you need it because I'm not a mind reader, all right? So that's all you got to do.